Welcome back to the IS Companion. In today's lecture, we will discuss the directive principles of state policy. Understanding the directive principles of state policy, DPSP, requires delving into their historical origins, features, classifications, evolution, criticisms, and utility, while also examining their interaction with judicial interpretation through landmark Supreme Court cases and judgments. Let's embark on a detailed journey through these dimensions. Historical context and significance. The DPSP, enshrined in Part 4 of the Constitution, trace their origins to the Irish Constitution of 1937, which itself drew inspiration from the Spanish Constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar hailed these principles as novel features of the Indian Constitution, alongside fundamental rights, emphasizing their significance in embodying the Constitution's philosophy and conscience. Features of the directive principles. 1. Constitutional guidance. DPSP serve as constitutional instructions to the state in legislative, executive, and administrative matters, encompassing all levels of governance. 2. Instrument of instructions. Similar to the Instrument of Instructions under the Government of India Act of 1935, DPSP guide the legislature and executive, shaping policies in alignment with constitutional ideals. 3. Comprehensive program. DPSP cover economic, social, and political dimensions, aiming to realize justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity as outlined in the preamble, establishing the framework for a welfare state. 4. Non-justiciable nature. While fundamental in governance, DPSP are non-justiciable, meaning they are not legally enforceable by courts. However, they mandate the state to apply them in lawmaking. 5. Judicial guidance. Despite being non-justiciable, DPSP aid courts in assessing the constitutionality of laws. Laws aligning with these principles may be deemed reasonable under Articles 14 and 19, saving them from unconstitutionality. Classification of directive principles. DPSP can be classified into three categories based on their content. 1. Socialistic principles, emphasizing economic and social justice. These principles advocate for equitable distribution of resources and the establishment of a welfare state. 2. Gandhian principles, inspired by Gandhian philosophy. These principles focus on decentralized governance, upliftment of marginalized sections, and environmental conservation. 3. Liberal intellectual principles, rooted in liberalism. These principles advocate for a uniform civil code, education, modernization of agriculture, environmental conservation, and international peace. Evolution of directive principles. Amendments have expanded and refined DPSP over time, reflecting evolving societal needs. 1. 42nd Amendment Act, 1976. Introduced new principles related to children's health, legal aid, workers' participation, and environmental protection. 2. 44th Amendment Act, 1978 added a principle to minimize inequalities. 3. 86th Amendment Act, 2002 transformed Article 45 into a fundamental right, ensuring education for children up to the age of 6. 4. 97th Amendment Act, 2011 added a principle promoting cooperative societies. Sanction behind directive principles. Though non-justiciable, DPSP impose a moral obligation on the state, emphasizing their fundamental role in governance. They serve as guiding principles for policy formulation and reflect the collective aspirations of the people. Judicial interpretation and Supreme Court cases. The Supreme Court has played a crucial role in interpreting and giving effect to DPSP through several landmark judgments. 1. Minerva Mills Limited vs. Union of India, 1980. In this case, the Supreme Court emphasized the harmonious interpretation of fundamental rights and DPSP, stating that neither should prevail over the other. 2. Keswananda Bharati vs. State of Kerala, 1973, the Supreme Court held that DPSP are essential to the basic structure of the Constitution, ensuring their inviolability against amendments that alter its basic structure. 3. Mohini Jain vs. State of Karnataka, 1990, to the Supreme Court recognized the right to education as a fundamental right, in consonance with DPSP, affirming the state's duty to provide education to all citizens. 4. Olga Tellis vs. Bombay Municipal Corporation, 1985, the Supreme Court upheld the right to livelihood as a part of the right to life under Article 21, aligning with DPSP advocating for the right to work. Criticism and utility of directive principles, while criticized for their non-justiciable nature, illogical arrangement, conservatism, and potential for constitutional conflict, DPSP remain pivotal in governance. 1. Instrument of instructions, they provide guidance to authorities and serve as a manifesto of aims and aspirations. 2. Judicial guidance, despite being non-justiciable, they aid courts in assessing the constitutionality of laws. 3. Supplementary to fundamental rights, they complement fundamental rights, fostering social and economic democracy. 4. Test for government performance, DPSP enables scrutiny of government policies and serve as a common political manifesto. In essence, the directive principles of state policy serve as the moral compass of governance, guiding the state towards the realization of socio-economic justice and the welfare of its citizens. While non-justiciable, their significance lies in their transformative potential and their role in shaping a just and equitable society. Through judicial interpretation, the Supreme Court has upheld their fundamental importance, ensuring their integration into the fabric of Indian constitutionalism. Thank you.